Hi all. So we are now going to start uh, this live session, which is uh, introduction to data science. So I'll be talking about following agenda. So one is why data science. Second is what is data science, and third one is skills of data scientist. After it, I will be adding couple of more topics which will be related to jobs in data science, what kind of experience is required, what kind of salary you can expect, and what kind of different technical skills you should be mastering for getting a job in data science field. So coming to why data science. So the biggest reason of why data science, you can see it here. So if you see the first plot, which is analytics and data science job growth. So you'll see that there were analytics and data science jobs from 1990 onwards. So my x-axis is years and my y-axis is growth rate. So basically, and this is in terms of percentage. Okay, so if you see from 1990 to 2001, uh, there was continuous growth in number of jobs, uh, number of jobs for analytics and data science, and there was from 1990 uh, till 2008 or till 2009, there was uh, there was a growth, but it was not so fast. But if you see in from 2009 to 2010, you will see a rapid growth rate in data science or analytics job profiles, right? And so this data was till 2010. Now, if you see coming to 2017, like here I'm showing plots or growth rates from 2012 till 2017. This is rate of growth, and on the right axis I have all the major profiles where we had seen growth rate, right? So if it is not visible to, I will visible to you. I'll just read it out. So machine learning engineer, the growth rate is 9.8 times. So this is year on year growth rate, and every year you had seen 10 times growth rate in the job openings for machine learning engineer, right? The second one is data scientist, and in data scientist also you will see a job growth, a rate of growth of 6.5 times, right? And these two sectors like machine learning engineer and data scientist jobs are having the highest uh, growth rate, right? After that, there are jobs for sales development, customer support, success managers, big data developers, right? So this is the reason why data science is so popular nowadays. Like there are many job opportunities, and that's why many universities are giving degrees related to data science, right? There are many institutes who are giving online and offline trainings on data science. Right? Now, coming to what is data science, right? So, first thing first is data science became famous with this, or data science is not a new term. Like this term was used from 1960 onwards. It find more momentum in 1990s and 2000 till 2010, but in the year 2012 uh, there was uh, one publication from Harvard Business Review, which was titled as Data Scientist, the Sexiest Job of 21st Century. So this was in 2012, and it proved to be very much true till date. So data scientist is the most sought job profile, and if you say like it's the sexiest job profile as of now, right? So I'll recommend people to go through to have a read of this particular document, and that will help you understand what kind of requirement there could be in 21st century from a data scientist perspective. Right? Second thing is data scientist. Data science is a buzzword. So why it's a buzzword? Because as such, it's very difficult to define what data science is, like what data science stream is, or basically a definite, an exact definition of data science still not possible, but like uh, people are using this term to uh, for to include any terminal. Basically, people are using this term to include anything, right? So basically, I would say that data science is a buzzword. Like it's a creating, and this word was used to create buzz and to create buzz around artificial intelligence, machine learning, or data mining, or business analytics, right? So basically, if someone says that uh, like if I speak about artificial intelligence, it may not be interest to many people, but if I speak about data science, so that may be interest to many people because of the choice of words which are used, right? So that is what data science is all about. So data science, in a nutshell, it is all about artificial intelligence, machine learning, data mining, business analytics, business intelligence, and all, right? Now, but again, what how, like what do you do in data science, right? So data science is basically if you see here, like what is involved in data science. So I'm looking into this chart here, which I got it from Wikipedia. And so if you see, like data science is all about collecting raw data, right? From like from a reality. For example, I am collecting data. Let me take example of automated automatic driving cars, right? So what this will do is it will collect data of the road, right? And this data will be processed. So basically, when I say process, so I am collecting this data from different sensors like video sensors, right? And this video sensors data will then be processed. So this will be from this the data will be transformed from one particular format to another format. It will be stored, right? This data then will be cleaned first. So what do I mean by cleaning? So basically processing is one step only. It involves cleaning as well, or transforming of the data in some other format as well, right? So basically I may have a data with both date and time, right? But at a particular for a particular application, I may be requiring only date data, or I may be requiring only time data, right? So for that, I will be doing processing or cleaning the data, basically, right? Or if I will be having data in some format and I want to convert into a numeric format so that I can process it further. So similar kind of uh, uh, transformations, or uh, like filling up missing values in the data. All of these things will be done in this data processing and cleaning of data set uh, steps. This data will, after that, this data will be analyzed. So what do you mean by analyze? So basically on the basis of the data, you will start gathering information. So basically from data, you will be extracting information, right? So and it can be like there could be many, there can be many different uh, uh, interpretations or many different inferences which you can draw from the data. So as I was taking example of automatic driving car, so data is collected. Basis of this data, we'll be looking for whether this data, the road ahead is whether it's a road, whether it's a straight road, or I have to move right, or I have to move, the car have to move right, or the car have to move left, right? So All of this analysis will be done here, and this data will be again fed to data processing, right? Or it can be used by models and algorithms, right? So basically, I am getting the data, and let's say I need to build a model to accelerate the car, right? So if the road is straight and if there are no any other cars, or like if the road is very clear, then whether I should increase the speed of the car or not, right? So this all will be based on models and algorithms, right? So I got the data. That the speed of car is right now this, right now 20 kilometers per hour, and like the road is straight, there is no left or right turn. I don't have to move to left or right. On that basis, what the model, like how much should be the speed of the car, right? So with models and algorithms, I will be able to get speed of the car. So this has to be after that, this has to be visualized, or it should be reported, right? So that could be one part. So a visualize or report is like, basically I will see that, okay, based on the data analysis I had done, and based on the model output, uh, uh, like I should be having a speed of 40 kilometers per hour, right? And based on that, so on the basis of visualization, I will make a decision, right? Right? Or this data can be fed into a different data product. So basically, through the model, I'll get that the car speed can be 40 kilometers per hour, right? So this information will be given to the car software, which will then increase the speed of the car. So basically, I started. My car was uh, driving with a speed of 20 kilometers per hour. After doing this data science, after applying a data science process, I will go with a 40 kilometer per speed, right? So this is an example of how a data science process works in real world, right? But I come up with these different steps of data science, which we already discussed here. So first is data collection, where you will collect the data, right, from different sources. So it can be sensors, or it can be different files, right? It can be Facebook, it can be Twitter, right? After that, you will be processing the data. So when I say processing, basically you will be from these different sources, you will gather the data and make it uh, uh, like put it into a database table, or into another file, into a CSV file, so that it can be processed further, right? And in data processing, there could be many things you may be doing, like transforming the data. Transforming the data means, like, if the data is into degree Fahrenheit, so if the data is in Fahrenheit, so maybe you want to change into degree Celsius, right? Or maybe if you are taking from data from two different sources, and one source is basically uh, giving you data in kilometer per hour, and another source is giving you data in form of miles per hour, right? So you have to normalize the data. So all this normalization, or transformation of the data, or basically if there are any missing values, then either you should be dropping that record, or you should be uh, filling that information with uh, some value, right? So all these things will be done in data processing. So basically, uh, data processing is a step where you prepare the data, right? Then you have data analysis. So in data analysis, this is what you will be doing, like you will be trying to find out insights from the data, right? Basically here two things are involved, which I will discuss further as well, like different types of data analysis, right? So this different types of analysis could be, one is hindsight analysis. Basically you try to figure out why something happened in past, right? Another thing is insights. So insights is like what is happening right now, right? And third thing is foresight. So foresight is based on the data which I have, what will be the foresight, like basically if you take an example of uh, uh, like I have data of last 5 years, and I have data of this data is of like how much rainfall during last 5 years, right? So based on this data, I will be able to estimate like what is the rain, how much rain will fall in the year of 2018, right? And I will also be able to forecast the rain which is going to happen in 2019, right, based on previous data, right. Now, okay, after that I can have I can also do data learning. So I put it as data learning, where you will be basically learning from the data. So foresight or prediction or a forecast is all what we do uh, by learning the data. So basically, uh, you will apply different models and algorithms to learn from to learn uh, different patterns from the data, and you will apply it to do predictions on the on new data, right? So that is what you will do with data learning. Then you have data visualization. So basically, whatever you are getting, right, whether it's simple analysis, uh, but this analysis you will be doing on huge records, right? Like there could be 1,000 records, 10,000 records, 50,000 records, or million records, billion records, right? So you have to visualize this data so that you can gain insights out of this data, right? So for visualizations, you'll be using different charts, right? That is and then when you prepare the visualizations, you should be able to infer from that visuals as well. So this is all what is being done in data visualization. Then last part is data utilization. So you have everything. You took the data, you prepared the like you collect the data, you process the data, you analyze the data first. Based on analysis, you try to find patterns, and then you apply machine learning algorithms to build models and use that models to predict. Then you use visualizations to show like how the data will be, or how basically visualizations will help you infer from that, or visualizations will help you take decisions, right? But how you are going to utilize that data. So uh, once you get this data, you will be making it you should be able to deploy that deploy all of this information, right? Deploy means like be able to use this use the data for uh, to perform any further action, right? So in our example, we took the data and then we again feed the data uh, to reality. In reality, what we were doing is we were driving a car automatically, right? So automatically the car's earlier car speed was 20 kilometers per hour. Automatically the car speed should be raised to 40 kilometers per hour, considering all the risk factors, right? So this is what is data science, right? Now coming to skills of data scientists, this is very important part. Uh, so and on the right side, you'll see you are seeing a picture of like different skill sets of modern data scientists. So this data I got from website marketingdistillery.com. And yeah, it very much summarizes like what a modern data scientist, what skill sets a modern data scientist should have. But on the left hand side, I come up with uh, my experience. I come up with different skill sets which a data scientist should have, or can or a person can acquire these skills to success in data science job profile, right? So the first skill is analytical skills. So how you get this analytical skills is like uh, having good skills in mathematics and statistics. So basically, you should be you should either you should be interested in mathematics, you should be interested in statistics. When I say interested, you should be having these skill sets basically. So linear algebra, or uh, uh, derivations, or integrations, this is all what we'll be needing in mathematics. From a statistics perspective, definitely probabilities plays a very important role to acquire these analytical skills, right? So yeah, second thing is technical skills. So technical skills, I am considering them like I did a division of technical skills in two parts. One is programming languages. So basically, you should have a programming you should have some programming languages skills like R language, Python, Java, Scala. or the new languages which are coming up like Julia, but at the same time the old languages like PL, SQL, right, or SQL itself, then languages related to Hadoop platform like Hive, Peak, scripting languages, right? So these languages, these programming languages are very helpful in data science. So you may like to choose one or two languages so that most of your data science related work can be done using those two languages, right? Second thing is data storage infrastructure. So data storage infrastructure uh, is basically the way you are going to store the data, right? So data will be huge, like it can be starting from 1 KB to terabytes of data, right? And when you are processing it, like it has to be you should be able to use it in most efficient way, right? So this data storage infrastructures, you should be aware of databases such as MySQL, MSSQL, or nowadays like most of the cloud platforms will provide services like S3 of Amazon, right? So these skill sets you should be having, right? uh, then comes to domain skills. So from domain skills perspective, it is important that someone should be knowing about the domain in which data science concepts are going to be used. So basically one person should be having domain knowledge, like if someone wants to build a model for a boiler, right, in a manufacturing industry, then they should be knowing about different parameters of boiler which they should be looking for, right? Then yeah, then there should be a domain information as well, like uh, what kind of industry and what kind of like what kind of utilities can be developed using this data science techniques in a particular kind of industry, right? And what kind of resources I will get in that particular domain. So basically here I consider domain resources to be important, because if you are working in a finance industry, then finding technical resources who may be good into like who may be good with programming languages may be a bit difficult, right? So that's why, like, what kind of resources are available there. So maybe I may not look for particular skill sets uh, 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 which are not easily available in a finance domain, or which may not be easily available uh, in manufacturing industries, right? So that kind of information is very important. Then business skills. So these are definitely very useful. So and very much required, because our data scientist doesn't start working on any data, right? Like they should know what kind of insights they are going to they need to grow, they need to derive out of the data, right? And at the same time uh, they should be able to plan and manage the solution. So basically I mean to say that uh, let's say a person is in e-commerce domain. So he should be able to figure out like what kind of uh, problems are there in e-commerce domain, and then he should be able to also uh, work on the solution for that problem, right? So basically he should be able to plan a solution, and then he should be able to manage that solution, right? Once you are able to develop the solution, like you should be able to manage it as well, like how is it going to work today, and how is it going to work after 5 years, after 3 months, or after 1 year, or after 5 years, right? So for that, business skills are very much required. And basically you like execution of the project, because like any of data science projects will not be like you will not always be working on in a POC mode. So data scientists will be they have to deploy that model, right, in a production environment. And many of the times many of the models uh, will be operating on a real-time mode. So basically you are getting a data, and you uh, uh, coming up with some insights on their data, right? So those kind of skills, I am terming them as business skills, and those should be this business skills should be there in data scientist, right? Last one is communication skills. So again, I consider this to be this also to be very important. So data scientists cannot work in silos, right? Like they have to communicate with many different different stakeholders. So data scientists should be able to uh, create insights from the data. So like as I have written here, from data as numbers to insights as visuals and text, right? So scientists should be able to come up with a story based on the data which they are seeing, right? So they should be able to communicate like what kind of inferences they can generate from the data, or what kind of insights they can get from the data, right? Or what kind of solutions they can come up with a given data set, and what kind of problems they can solve with this solutions, right? So these are major skills required by data science. So I'll stop here, and we'll look for uh, some more topics related to data science, mostly related to jobs, like what kind of jobs are there, what kind of designations are there in a data science job profile. So let's connect again sometime next week. Thank you. Thanks a lot. If you have any questions, just put it in comments, and I will respond back to those comments. Thank you.